Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Sunday Skate Hour, hosted by me, Andrew, aka Funeral Burgundy. This is going to be a weekly podcast posted every Sunday morning so you can sit back, relax, and start the day off right by listening to me talk. Sometimes we'll talk about music, sometimes we'll talk about video games, sometimes sports. It's going to be different every week. But today I'm going to be doing an in-depth review of the new James Gunn Superman, and by the end we're really going to decide if Superman has been overtaken by the woke moralists. But before we do that, I'm going to give a spoiler-free review for the boys back home who haven't seen it. I gave this movie 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd and wrote, "This was incredible. I have so much to say, but just know David Corenswet is Superman." Now for the full review, and before we get into it, spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Do not proceed if you do not want spoilers. To give a bit of background, I've never seen any Superman media before. I haven't seen Man of Steel, I haven't seen the OG ones from the 90s with Christopher Reeve, or Todd Ingram from Scott Pilgrim. So I went into this completely blind, and I gotta say, it's one of my favorite superhero movies I've seen in a very, very long time. The movie basically starts out by establishing to us that Superman is already a famous hero in this world. There's aliens in this world, he's one of them, and he just lost his first fight. It then transitions into showing us the Fortress of Solitude, which essentially acts as a save point for him, where if he's injured, he has like this group of robots that fix him back to health with the power of the sun. And I really like that. Superman is goofy and cool, like he says what the hey and oh golly and shit like that, like he's an old time kind of fun guy. And it also establishes that he's here on Earth to protect the Earth's people. He was sent here as a baby by his alien parents because they wanted to take care of Earth, as explained by a tape that has a damaged ending that he listens to whenever he's injured because it like soothes him after fights. Later on we also get a few second call between him and Ma Kent, which is establishing them, and it all works super well. It establishes their relationship good. We don't need to see the whole movie setting up this stuff because the movie lays it out right in front of us in a super easy and natural to understand way. I wasn't confused at any part of this movie, and like I gave you that little synopsis so we could understand what we're working with, but I'm not going to be going scene by scene and breaking it down like that. But that's just how it opens up, and I just love how it's set up, and I feel a little weird where I've seen people talk about this movie on Twitter and YouTube and say it felt like we're being dumped into the middle of a show about Superman or like 3 episodes deep into a season, because like, I don't know, it just worked super well for me, and I loved the plot. I watched these reviews, and it feels like I watched a different movie from them entirely, kinda. But some other notable scenes I was a fan of was like the part in the pocket dimension where we finally see the context of that Lex Luthor still. And it's fucked up and crazy, and he shoots that dude in the fucking head. Like, we see one person die in this movie, and it shows that they care about the consequences. It's a core part of Superman's character in this movie that he does not want anyone to die as a result of the conflict if he can prevent it. So when this guy dies in front of him, a guy he met once, it crushes him. And thankfully it's the catalyst for Metamorpho to change up his mind about helping Superman. And then we get that sick scene of him punching out the glass. It's just fucking awesome. And it's hard to pick more scenes I liked. Like, considering the whole movie I was smiling essentially from start to finish. Like, I was having a good time. Like, when Krypton hits the assist on him to punch the guy's teeth out, or when he spins around with the laser eyes, it's all fucking insane. But the ending was the other most notable highlight for me. At the beginning, when they're patching Superman up, they play the tape from his parents sent to him, even though it's damaged. Through some events in the movie, Lex Luthor fixes it and shows that Superman's parents essentially wanted him to take over Earth Viltrumite style. And due to some amazing acting and scene work we get with him and his parents back in Kansas, at the end when Gary the Robot asks if Superman wants the tape that soothes him, he says yes, and instead of the old tape of his parents from Krypton, it plays old memories of Clark as a child with Ma and Pa Kent. And it's a beautiful, emotional, earned scene that hits so well for me, and I even teared up a little bit too. I couldn't have loved an ending for Superman any more than that, and honestly, just while we're on the topic of cool scenes and things I loved, I need to mention how good the usage of Raising the Flag by John Murphy, aka Superman's theme, is. It's the song that was in that one teaser that had the solo electric guitar riff, and they used it a couple times in the movie, and it was perfect every time they did. It was so good. I think the one critique I had scene-wise is how they kind of built it up that Superman would save the day in that Palestine stand-in country, but he was busy fighting Ultraman, so sadly we didn't really get the payoff to kind of teasing that, but I did like the Justice Gang scene there. I'm not going to complain too much, but I wanted Superman to save that kid with the flag, and we didn't get that, even though we got Green Lantern kind of fucking up the Israeli army there. So that was pretty cool. I liked that. Now to move on to the characters, I already mentioned that I love Superman, and I think that David Corenswet is giving us a generational performance as Superman. Like I said, he's cheesy. His dialogue's incredible. It never breaches into like the cheesy MCU dialogue, which I would have hated. The whole arc between him and Lois is awesome too. I saw a lot of conversation about Superman yelling at Lois because we saw it in the trailer, but I think in the context of the scene, it's a pretty reasonable crash out considering he's defending his absolute core beliefs to his girlfriend who was kind of ambushing him with that interview she was doing. Lois was also great in general. She wasn't just a woman for Superman to love or have a romantic partner. She was her own fleshed out character that realistically saved the world just as much as everyone else did. Her and Mr. Terrific had really good chemistry on screen together, and I think the parts where she was girl bossing were some of the best in the movie, especially when they were like kind of trying to save him. Justice Gang on the whole worked well for me as well. Obviously, they're side characters. They might have their own movies in the future, but I don't know. I also don't need those to understand them. I didn't know who they were going in, but within seconds I understood. They're superheroes. They're Superman's friends, or like a coworker kind of thing. And they're going to help him at least like a little bit. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner was awesome. A lot of people I talked to felt he was too cringy and like the middle finger to the Israeli troop guys was cringe. But I thought it was great. He's supposed to be an asshole. He was a douchebag and he had like super major Tim Robinson's like vibe at one point. I really thought he was written by Tim Robinson at one point in the movie. Mr. Terrific also had a way bigger part than I expected and it was great. I didn't realize that he was supposed to be like a hero when I first saw the trailers and I saw him. Like, he looks kind of like, not villainous, but I didn't know who he was, so I didn't know what to expect with his character, but it was great. He worked super well as the comic relief and still being like a stoic kind of guy, but like he showed emotions when he needed it or was under pressure. It was awesome. Hawk Girl also got to do some girl bossing as well, but I really want to see more of her in future projects because she was just super cool, and I did really like the part where she fucking killed the Israeli president stand-in after she hit the "I'm not Superman." He's like, "You're not gonna do anything, Superman didn't do anything." She fucking drops his ass and kills his ass. That shit was fire. And now that I mentioned Israel a couple of times, we can answer the question of, is Superman woke? Yes. An incredibly resounding yes. Superman is very, very, very woke. The core plot of this movie is that Lex Luthor is working with an Israel stand-in country to occupy a Palestine stand-in country so Lex Luthor can take over half of it and make a new, technologically superior country led by him. At the end, it's revealed the real purpose of this plot is to kill Superman, but still, obviously, that's not an exact one-to-one real-world comparison to what's happening. But it's about as close as a movie involving Superman can come, getting political about like an actual real-world climate type deal. And there's also themes of Superman being an immigrant and being proud of that. He has a whole speech at the end where he's talking about that to Lex. There's a lot of wokeness here. And for me, it all works like super, super well. So was I a fan of Superman being woke? Very much so. Do I think that a lot of people on the internet that claim to not like story aspects and parts of this movie are on that side because of how woke it is? And they don't like that? Who's to say? But I do think it's a reasonable question to ask. But honestly, politically, I'm just going to leave it there. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, James Gunn's take on Superman is a 5 out of 5 star movie to me. I'm going to put my Letterboxd review up there again. And I couldn't have wanted more out of it as a new Superman fan. No, also, while we're here on the podcast, I also wanted to talk about Marvel Rivals Season 3. It just came out the other day, last Friday, and I've been playing it for about a week. My new video that just came out, the Winning with Every Hero for Marvel Rivals Part 5, I think it is, Venom. That one I filmed within this last season, and I have to say, this new season so far, I'm not a huge fan of it. At least the matchmaking for it, it's really been not great on my end. I'm trying to work back up to my normal rank. I'm normally about a gold 1, so I'm not like fucking crazy at Rivals by any means, but the matchmaking has been so trash, especially in quick play, where like on quick play, it is literally, it's kind of the same as ranked. Every game is either going to be like you are getting absolutely demolished or your team is absolutely just walking through the other team like they're just a bunch of cardboard cutout. And it kind of sucks a little bit. Like, I wish they would fix the matchmaking because it makes it so when you lose, it doesn't feel fair. Like, it feels like it feels like I shouldn't have lost. And when I win, it feels hollow because, like, when the scoreboard, I'll even put up a screenshot of, like, some of these matches. When the scoreboard is, like, my whole team has, like, 20 to 30 plus kills and the other team has, like, less than 20 or, like, less than 10 and they all just die the entire time, that's not fun. And when it's flipped around, that's not fun either. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do with the matchmaking. I'm not a game developer. I don't know how that shit works. I just know that I'm not vibing with it. But I mean, that's just the matchmaking on the whole. The buffs and the nerfs that have been given this season, I mean, I didn't really notice that much of them. I talked about it in the episode a little bit, but Squirrel Girl is so powerful. I don't know if she's always been super powerful, but it's just been like, if I run into a Squirrel Girl, if I don't have a healer directly next to me, or I'm playing Mr. Fantastic to like be able to do like the rebound shit and be invincible for a second, I'm fucked. If I'm just like stuck there with like all my kit like recharging and it's Squirrel Girl and she's not like inept at what she's doing, she's fucking me up. Like, it's gnarly. It's crazy. I don't know if she's always been powerful like that or what, but I digress. She's crazy. The new hero, Phoenix, she's okay. I played as her as a couple quick play games, and don't get me wrong, when I talk about the matchmaking, there's still like 1 or 2 games here and there that are normal and fun. That's why I'm still playing. And thankfully, the one where I played Phoenix, it was kind of like that. It was a normalish one, and she's fun to play. Her ult can be a little underwhelming at times, but I still like her. She's still somewhat of a fun character to play. She's kind of like Hela, but like more mobile and like with more, what's the word, like polish? I don't know. Potential, that's what it is. It's a bit more potential. But I like her. I'll probably play as her a little bit more. I really main Mr. Fantastic, and recently Iron Man. Iron Man does a lot of damage output, even though I know that he got a little bit of a nerf. But he's the only flying hero that I like. So I've been playing Mr. Fantastic, I've been playing Iron Man. I've played a little bit of Ultron when I'm playing support, but I'm not super into him. I don't love him. But, you know, we'll see. I want to get a couple casual Rivals gameplay videos going, like ones where it's not just like the challenge like the whole way through, or like playing ranked or something, but it's so hard with how these games have been, because I'm either playing 3 games in a row where I'm losing, or I'm just like demolishing for 3 games straight, and it's not fun to watch. So we'll see. I just got that Fortnite video up the other day, the Blitz Royale video, and I want to do some more Fortnite stuff, especially with this season. When the new season comes out, I'm going to probably do some stuff with that. I like Fortnite and Rivals are like the main games I played before I started the channel, so I definitely want to continue to nurture that. I like that. I like both of those games, but I'm also going to start throwing in some other stuff. I want to play some Rocket League. I want to play some 2K, some Madden. Pretty much any game I'm feeling like I'm trying to rip. But I'm going to use that also as a quick little transition to, I want to talk about sports a little bit, because that's another thing we're going to talk about on this podcast. And the thing I want to talk about today, number 1, is Cooper Flagg. Because I currently live in Bangor, as you see by where this is recorded. And so Cooper Flagg grew up about 25 minutes away from where I live, and I actually work sometimes in his hometown of Newport, Maine. And let me just tell you, draft night, when he got drafted, Newport was going up. It was crazy. Everyone there, that's all they were talking about for like 4 days. Cooper Flagg is definitely like the crown jewel of Maine at the moment, and it's well deserved. He's crazy good. And like, I honestly don't have a problem that he went to the Mavericks, because I liked the Mavericks a lot, and then they got rid of Luka, and then it was looking like they're going to be like a pretty like garbage team. And now they got Cooper Flagg back. They've got Anthony Davis. Kyrie, when he comes back with them, is going to be really cool. I've heard rumors that LeBron might be getting traded there. I don't know what LeBron's going to do. I don't know where he's going to be this next season, or if he's even going to play that much. But I think the Mavericks are going to be fun. I think they're going to be fun to watch. I'm going to talk about it in a second, but the Celtics aren't going to be that fun to watch. Like, they're not going to be like bad this season by any means, because we got a lot of depth, but it's like, it's very obvious that the Celtics are not going for the championship this year. Jason Tatum is injured. We traded away Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. We're obviously not. This is kind of a laid-back season, so it's not like, it's not going to be that great. You know, we're going to probably go like, we're probably going to be like an over 40 win team. You know, we're probably going to have like a KD of like 1, which is fine. Like, there's still going to probably be some fun games, but it's not going to be, I'm not going to be dying to watch every game like I was last season. Because there's not really going to be a storyline. Like, last season, the storyline that we were watching was, are we going to go back-to-back? Is Jason Tatum going to prove everyone wrong? And then it kind of felt like the whole season he was. It felt like the whole season he was setting up to show, Like, I am Jason Tatum. I am one of the greats. I am going to go back-to-back, and I'm going to have a good season. And then he tore his fucking Achilles in that game. And also the Knicks series in general was just so bad. I don't know what we were doing during that. But I don't know. I guess I can't wait for the 26-27 season. That's when it's really going to get good, because Jason Tatum's going to be back. We're going to have a good starting five probably. I don't know if we're going to keep Anthony Simons for a whole season. He's on a player option year, or well, I don't remember. I think it's a player option where he's on an expiring contract basically. So we're either going to re-sign him or we're going to boot him or trade him for someone else. George Niang, I don't give a shit about it all. I think we need a center, and if we get a good center and we get Jason Tatum back, I don't know, we'll still be a contending team. I don't think losing Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis is that big of a deal as everyone is making it out to be, especially because Kristaps Porzingis has like AIDS or whatever was keeping him feeling shitty at the end of the season. But I digress. We'll see. When it comes to sports, when it comes to basketball, I'm excited for the Mavericks season. I'm excited for the Spurs season because Wemby's back. Stephon Castle is there. Devin Vassell's there. De'Aaron Fox is there now. I think they got Dylan Harper in the draft. The Spurs are going to be good. They also got Luke Cornett from us. It's crazy. The Spurs are going to be good. The Mavericks are going to be good. I'm probably going to actually buy League Pass and like actually keep it for this season because I can watch those out-of-market games because Boston's the only team I think that we get blacked out on. Maybe New York. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely going to watch those, and I'm going to keep updating sports-wise throughout the podcast, throughout the year. The podcast is going to be an overall type of thing, like I said earlier. We're probably going to start off every episode with a review of sorts, if that's what's coming out. Like, next week I want to do, like, a Squid Game episode, because those just ended, and I really like Squid Game. And then the week after, we're going to do Fantastic Four, which I'm super excited about Fantastic Four. I've been a big Fantastic Four guy. I'm getting into the comics right now, so we might talk about comics too. I'm reading Death Note right now also, so there's a lot of fun stuff coming down. You know, this is a first episode. This is just a treat. This is a little tease of what we're gonna start getting coming up soon. But thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna reply to every comment, all that type shit. This has been the first installment of the Sunday Skate Hour. I'm your host, Andrew, a.k.a. Funeral Burgundy, signing off.